Indiana, we are back again for another episode. So, as you can see here in this episode, we are going into the trade deadline. Like I said last episode, I was trying to figure out what to do with this team. I needed to figure out something. I didn't like the direction we were going in. And I need to start retooling and figuring out what's going to happen to this team. So, I did look up a couple trades that we could do. And out of everything that I found, I think there's two trades that we're going to be doing. I'm going to wait until we get into the trade deadline, add a little bit of pressure, add a little bit of spice. But I do have the two trades that we're going to look at. And there's also a third trade that I might consider depending what we can get for that player as well. So I won't say too much more. I'm just going to advance, go into the trade deadline, and let's see what we can do with this. Advance day, trade deadline. Keep current trade block because I figured it all out, and we're going to enter the deadline. All right, let's see what's available. Oh, well, look at that. Ottawa's trying to get rid of Swayman. Interesting. Don't need him. Won't get him. Kempe might be available. Well, there you go. This is us. I'm looking to trade Novak. Line A, Terry, Doughty, Vanacek could be an option. All right. So let's propose a trade. So the first trade I'm going to do is I need to trade Novak, as you saw. He's on an expiring contract. I don't want to renew him at that price. Our team's nowhere close to being able to contend with the team, so there's no point in keeping a player like that with that high of a salary. So he's going into this trade. And then on the other side, we are going all the way over to Montreal. And the player that I've targeted is this player right here, Riley Kidney. He's 22, 75 overall. He's a top 6 forward, medium potential. He's got a decent shot, 83 accuracy on his slap shot, 87 power, wrist shot accuracy 84, wrist shot power 87. He's got some decent passing at 83. His face-offs are lacking a little bit, but I'm hoping he can grow into it. But his speed is pretty okay at 84. He's got some good discipline. His poise is pretty high for a 22-year-old from what I've seen. So this is the player that I'm looking to get. So I'll add him. And then to sweeten up the deal a little, I want to start getting some picks back because we need to start hitting on our picks. So the first one I'm going to add is, funny enough, it's our pick. So I'll add that in, and then just a little bit more again. I'm going to add Montreal's pick from this year as well. So this is a trade. So Novak for Kidney for the 2 seconds. Let's see if it goes through. Mark Giordano would have to be put on waivers. Okay. So that might not work now. Where's Giordano? Not worth it. Is there a defenseman we can pick up in this trade at the same time? Niemela, 78, 23. So we'd have more than 45 skaters. Let's see if there's anyone we can get rid of. So Baudin, 26. He's getting up there. He's not really doing anything. Or I can just... You know what? Yeah. I'm going to put Baudin here. So it's going to be Novak, Baudin for Kidney, our second, and Engstrom. All right, that won't work either because the defenseman I'm picking needs to be in the NHL. I forgot about that. Can we get McDonough? He's got a 1 year left. What if we do this? Let's try this. So McDonough, second kidney for Novak and Boudet. There we go. That went through. And now we can use McDonough as a trade piece. Before we move on, though, the next trade I had in mind... Sorry, not find trade. Proposed trade. Is Rasmussen. He's still got some trade value. He's 85 overall, 26, so he's kind of stuck in that range. But he has 1 year left, and on an extension, he wants almost 5 million. Ooh. Incoming trade offer. Okay, Rasmussen, a third for next year, and Duclair. 2 seconds for Rasmussen. Actually, I'm not really mad at this trade. You know, Duclair, we could have re-signed. He wanted a cheap extension. But I can find anybody to replace him, and that gives me 2 seconds. Let's go check this out. If I can do this for a fourth, I'd be in. Let's try it. If I can do this, I'm in. Might even try a fifth for that. Oh, trade alert. Oh, Backstrom and Jensen to Boston for a second and a third. Interesting. Okay, let's try this first. Let's try that. If it goes through, I'll be happy with this. Okay, we need to sweeten the deal a touch. I think that fourth will work. Ooh. No, I don't want that trade, Pittsburgh. I want this one. Okay, so they don't want that fourth. They really want that third, so let me just put it in. Can I even push it for a third in 2028? There we go. That works. Okay, so the 2 players I want to get rid of, Novak and Rasmussen, has been taken care of. We also got Duclair involved in that deal, which is okay. I can replace him at any time. Now I need to find a trade for McDonough because I just picked him up in the trade to make it work, but I don't want him. So here we go. Find trade. Nobody wants him. Open block. Nobody wants him. All right, this is going to be a problem. All right, well, looks like he's going to be on the bench. Don't really care. No, I need to find a trade for him. Let's find a trade for him. Okay, Boston might want him. There's another trade, Toronto. They're trading a second for Oleksiak. Okay. Okay, what can we get here? So we can get a top 9 here, Nielsen. You know what? Let's do it. Oh, we'd be under. Let's retain more because I need to do another trade and this might help us if we keep more. Okay, and it still won't go through. All right, forget it. Okay, the next trade I had in mind was I don't want to re-sign Knight. Wolf is going to be asking close to $8 million, and I don't want to have $12 million spent on goalies. We can call up Forsberg. We can find somebody else. It'll give Olofsson some time in nets, hopefully improve him. And the Rangers traded Benak and Garand. Nobody we know. Alexeyev. Okay. So I want to trade Knight. Call up Forsberg. Olofsson gets the crease. It'll improve him. Jacob starts getting backup time. And I think it's just a win-win-win-win-win-win-win. So let's add Knight. And we got a few trades. So we have Backlund that we can borrow. He's on an expiring contract, so that's okay. Vlasic, I don't need a defenseman. DeMello, don't need a defenseman. Ferraro, don't need a defenseman. Pacioretty could replace some of the players we just got rid of just for this year. And we get a third. Let me edit this trade. I want to see what we can do. Can we push it for a second? The trade value is there. Everything looks good. Yeah, let's do this. There we go. Perfect. Now, if we look at our centers, we have Doc, Granlund, Greg, Stenberg or Lucius can split time, so that's okay. Left wingers, we have Culp when he comes back from injury. We have Pacioretty. We have Johnson. Reinhardt can get some time too. Right wings, we have Niederreiter, Kaliev, Quinn, and Bastian. Defensemen, Gerard, Miller, Moser, Marino, Joseph. McDonough is going to have to stick around. And Harley. Goalies will have Wolf and Forsberg. Oh, there's a trade. Torrey Stetcher, sorry, to Minnesota. Okay, nothing crazy. All right. I think we did well. So I'm going to back out of here. I'll see if there's anything still available. Oop, there's a trade. Capitals. Okay. One thing I'm going to try. If we're going to have the money, may as well spend it. So, Kempe. Okay, never mind. That's not even close. I can't even make that trade work. Line A, no. Terry. No. Can we get Kevin Hayes for McDonough? I don't think it's enough. We can get Giroux. Okay, no, I think this is going to be it. This is where I'm going to call it. We are done. Okay, here's a couple trades. New Jersey traded Barry for Whipple, McGroarty, and Kaiser. Boone Jenner for Misa and a few picks. That's good for Columbus. That's a good trade. Rangers are placing Zach Jones on waivers. Let me see his info. Top 6 potential, but he's already 25, so he's not really going to do anything. Do I want him? No, I'm going to decline this. All right, perfect. Let's go check our lines. Make sure everything's good. Actually, I might need to do roster moves first. Let me go do that. Centers. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have Anderson and Kidney. Okay, so I'm going to call up Lucius. Send down Kidney. Now left wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. Right wingers. In the NHL, 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to need to call one of them up. Perot's 20, 19, 23. Let's call up this Perot because it's already 23. I want to let the other guys grow. Defenseman. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try this. If someone picks up McDonough, I don't really care. Okay, let's see if anybody gets him. All right, nobody wanted McDonough. Cool. Let's go edit the lines. Okay. Who's scratched, first of all? Okay, that's perfect. So first things first. Right, right, right. Okay, I'm gonna go with this for now. When Culp is ready to come back, he'll be able to go on that first line. And then we'll figure out that fourth line. So Doc, Quinn. Then we have Stenberg, Greg, Kaliev. I want to grow them. I want to let them play. Pacioretty, Granlund, and Niederreiter. That's going to be basically our veteran third line. And then we have Reinhardt, Lucius, and Bastian. On defense, I want to put Barron on the first. Moser on the second. And I think that works. Or Gerard, no. I want Miller, Barron, Moser, Gerard, Joseph, Marino. That works. Okay, so our power play is terrible. We'll need to fix that. Penalty kill is okay. Okay, this last line is terrible, but... Okay, goalies, Wolf and Forsberg. That's good. Now let's check our AHL team. Whoops. Head coach preferred lines. Okay. Center, 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 center. Great. Right wing, center, right wing, left, 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 left. Okay, perfect. Ibrahimov never grew. I think he's just going to stay there on the fourth line. Helmer Steiff never grew. Moore is growing. I'll leave him there. Kapanen, doing good. Kidney, we just got. We'll see what he's got. Hemming, I want him to grow. He's playing on the first line. Perot, he's good. Bleh. Amenaho. Yeah, I think this is good. Defense. McDonough, Kesselring, Samarukov, Wielander, Minio, Novikov. That's good. Our power play. Not looking great. Penalty kill. Not too bad. Goalies, we have Olofsson and Jacobs, so that might be a weak spot for a little bit. And then on the bench, that is scratch. Lance Crabbe, never grew. Gruber, nothing much. And Valesi, we have Kral that's injured. Maybe we'll be able to add him in soon. So, okay, we have our lines, everything set up. Everything's looking good. Hopefully Culp is going to be back soon. What does it say here for his injury? Oh, it's true. We don't see it here. 1 second. Injury report. March 8th. So about a week. So in a week, we'll be able to get him back. So that's good. All right, now that the trades are done, we're 1 point back of the playoffs. At this point, if we do make the playoffs, that's kind of gravy. It's a bonus, but I would honestly prefer to drop a little bit. We need that first round pick to hit. We need something good. We need to start getting some medium elites or franchise players on this team, and we need to grow them fast. Because right now, every pick that we've made have basically been top six. And the elites that we did get, we had Culp, but he needs help. So let's sim to the end of the year, see where we're at, and then go from there. All right, so we are on a 2-win streak right now. Not too bad. Let's sim up to the St. Louis game. Okay, now we're in the month of March. Let's sim this week, see where we get. Okay, 4-1 loss. Philip Broberg, how old is he? He's 24. He's got a top 4 potential. He's 78. That's a good, interesting prospect here. Skating, his defense isn't good, though. Defensive awareness. No, let's skip this. Decline. John Marino has been injured with a sore knee, so head coach can replace the player for now. And Philip Kral. So edit lines. Left D. He's actually not fully recovered. I'm going to wait. I hate that it does that. So many bugs. All right, we got a 3-0 win against Nashville and a 3-2 loss against Florida. Then I'm going to sim till Winnipeg, and we'll be able to get both injured players back into the lineup. There we go, like I said. So a 6-3 win against Ottawa. I don't know. I think they ended up keeping Swayman, and they're still not doing good, so not great. And edit lines. So who do I want to take out? I think it's going to be Bastion. Actually, no. No, I'll do Reinhardt. Put Culp in. Johnson, thank you for your time. You're going back on the 4th line with Lucius and Bastion. Could be an option. No, I'm leaving Greg there. Okay, now we have Culp back. Okay, now the AHL. And crawl. There we go. Now let's continue on. Hopefully no more injuries. Let's do the other week. Oh, we need to send a player down. 1 second. Okay, so we can send Perot back down. Go to edit lines. So this doesn't affect anything here, but in the AHL, Jackson, you're going. There we go. Damian Hunt, who are you? 23 years old, top 60. No thanks. Nothing to change, never mind. Nope. Okay, so 3-0 win against Winnipeg, 4-1 loss against Carolina, and a 6-3 loss against Buffalo. And that means we are just outside of a playoff spot by no points at all. The Ducks are at 72 and we're at 72, so we'll see what happens. Another week. Another 3-1 loss. Barron is available, so let's put him back. There we go. 3-1 loss, 3-2 shootout loss, and a 4-2 win. And we're 1 point out of a playoff spot. And now we have 4 games this week. 4-3 loss, 5-1 win, 5-4 shootout loss, and an 8-5 loss to Edmonton. So right now, that puts us 2 points out of a playoff spot. We have 2 games this week, New Jersey and Chicago. So a 5-4 loss, 8-3 loss. That was brutal. Now we have Montreal and Vancouver to end the season. Jack Quinn's been injured. That's okay. Head coach replaced player. And a loss. So it looks like we missed the playoffs. The Oilers made it with 86 points. The Jets made it with 88. Yeah, we're all the way down to 79 points. We were nowhere close. And hopefully that means we get a good draft pick. So if we go look at the stats and the standings, entire league, whoops, sort, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th. So we have the 7th best odds right now at getting the first round pick. I don't think it'll happen, but there's a chance. Now for the points. So our best scorer this year was Pacioretty, 64 points. Gerard, 52 points, but it was minus 23. Culp, 49. He had 28 goals. Damn, that's good. In 72 games, he missed 10 games. Quinn, 48. Doc, 48. Granlund, Kaliev. Not bad. Not bad. Stenberg in his last 18 games of the season, 7 points. Pretty good. Lucius, 5 points. Harley, when he was replacing, got 2 points. He was doing okay. And then for the goalies, sorry. Wolf, 917, 265. Wolf has been phenomenal. We couldn't score for him, but he was really, really, really good on the back end. So, not bad. For the AHL, we have Olofsson, who finished off the year Not too great. Jacobs did a lot better with a 913 save percentage and a 205 goals against, even though he only got 1 win in 5 games. If we look at the skaters, Gabriel Perrault had a crazy year, 66 points, 28 goals. Emil Hemming, 62 points, 60 points for Seidenberg. Jacob Perreault, we called him up for he missed a few games, 46 points. Kesselring did well. McDonough, not bad of a rental, 6 points, 19 games. It's okay. So we had an okay year. Not great by any stretch of the imagination, but hopefully it will give a little boost to the players, to the young players, and then next year we'll have a better team. I'm gonna sim the regular season. What's left of it. All right, so our AHL team made the playoffs, so let's follow that for a bit, and then I can check back into the NHL playoffs and see how that goes. Okay, so for our first round matchup, we'll be going up against the Laval Rockets. So here we go against Laval. Pretty slow game so far, not many shots. And Laval gets on the board. Engstrom makes it 1-0. And they get a power play. All right, that's the first period. On to the second. Oh, nothing out of that power play. And Laval's taken over in shots. Okay, there we go. Moore scores on Primo. And it's 1-1. Now on to the third. Shots are back. We are dominating this period. Not much Laval can do right now. Power play. Can't score. Another power play. Come on. Okay, last minute. Okay, it looks like this game is going to overtime. Laval starts it off with the power play, but can't do anything with it. Come on. And Laval won. 2-1 in overtime. All right, on to game 2. Hopefully this game can go a little bit better than last one. Still 0-0, but there's a lot more shots in this one. 5-on-3 power play. 5-on-4. Can't do anything. And it's 0-0 after 1. The power play is something we're going to need to look at moving forward because it's not good. And there we go. The new acquisition, Kidney, scores against his old team, makes it 1-0. But Mackey scores and ties it up 1-1. And it's all tied up again after 2 periods. On to the third. Laval on the power play. Nothing comes of it. Another one. Third power play in this period, and they finally put it in. Gignac takes care of this one. And we tied up Kesselring 2-2. And we're off to overtime for the second game in a row. Come on, let's tie it up. But Oh, there we go. We did. Castle Ring scored his second of the game in overtime. And we're all tied up at 1. Laval had a power play. I was certain they're the ones that scored, but looks like we scored as soon as that penalty finished. Okay, so it's 1-1. Both games went to overtime, so this is a really, really close and tight series. Let's see what we can do in Game 3. Okay, Game 3. We are at home now, but that does not help. Simoneau gets Laval on the board. We're taking too many penalties. I feel like it's easily 3 or 4 penalties to 1 for us. It's crazy. Ibragimov on the 4th line pots it in. It's 1-1. 2-1. 3-1. Jackeye, Blackwell, but there we go. Finally a power play goal. Seidenberg puts us on the board again. 3-2. Come on, do something. Show some life. All right, we're down by 1 heading into the third. All right, 5 minutes down already. Nothing happens, but there we go. Gignac scores again. Gives Laval a 2-goal lead. Come back in with the power play, but no, we cannot score. And okay, that one's out of reach. Reinbacher scores 5-2. And we're down 2-1 in the series now. Home ice advantage did not help, and we need to tie it up in Game 4 of this series. These lines haven't been working. You know what? Let's try best lines available. Okay, Game 4. 2-1 Laval so far in the series. And again, we're giving them power plays. And they score right after our power play finishes. Now we have Sokolov and Rohrer. Maki makes it 3-0. Maybe the line changes weren't the right idea. Okay, Seidenberg, there we go. Power play goal again, 3-1. Keep pushing. Another power play. No shot on that one. All right, second period's done. Heading into the third, down by 2. And obviously Laval gets another power play. We get one of our own. No goals coming out of these power plays. And there we go. Gignac again with another goal. 4-1. 5-1. Yikes. All right, so it looks like this series is pretty much over for us. And it is. There we go. Best of 5 series. Couldn't come back. And that's it. That's all the hockey we have for this team. Back to the NHL. Let's sim the playoffs, see what happens. Okay, second round here. So we have New York, Detroit, Toronto, Florida, and we lost the Capitals, the Flyers, the Lightning, and the Habs. Western Conference, we lost Dallas, we lost Minnesota, we lost Vegas, we lost Winnipeg, and we have Chicago, Edmonton, and then Vancouver, San Jose. All right, here we go. So we have Toronto versus Detroit, and we have Chicago versus San Jose. Did Chicago come back from a 3-1 deficit? No way. Good for them. Edmonton was up 3-1 in that series, and they won it 4-3. And then San Jose takes care of Vancouver. Detroit takes care of New York. And Toronto takes care of Florida. All right, so San Jose beats Chicago. So San Jose is going to the finals. And we have a game 7 between Detroit and Toronto. And Detroit takes it. We have San Jose versus Detroit for the cup. San Jose goes up 1-0. San Jose takes it 2-0 right now. 2-1. 2-2, and we have a brand new series. Detroit wins 3 in a row. And your Stanley Cup champions, the Detroit Red Wings, win 4 in a row in the finals and takes care of San Jose. And then for the Calder Cup, Cleveland Monsters take care of that one. Okay, so that's the playoffs. That's the offseason. I'm going to end it right here. Next episode, we can jump into the draft, take care of the offseason. Just before we do that, let's see what we have in the draft class. Okay, so we don't have any franchise players, but we do have Silvegaard, a grinder apparently. It's probably going to end up being a power forward if I'm honest. Maddox, Kern, Pekka Ruutu, a sniper. Kern was a playmaker. McKenna, two-way forward. Frederick Jenks, two-way forward as well. Odi Marchessault, elite playmaker. Markkanen, top 6 forward. There could be some options here later on. Okay, there's a lot of elites in here. That's not good. I'll be honest, I forgot the scouting for like 2 months out of this season, so we're missing a lot of information. But hopefully the top of the draft is looking good. So central scouting. This is our scout rank. Oops. So we have Silvegaard at 1, Ruutu at 2, Kern at 3, McKenna at 4, Marchessault at 6, and Jenks at 7. We have Dmitry Perezogin as well, defenseman, but I think we need forwards. We need a forward elite with Culp. There could be Clarkson here. He looks interesting. Anyways, we'll see what we get. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to advance day until we see where we are picking, and then we'll go from there. Okay, salary cap went up. Okay, there we go. So Carolina at 17, Islanders at 16, Buffalo at 15, New Jersey at 14, Columbus 13, Boston at 12, Colorado 11, Ottawa 10, Anaheim 9, Indiana, we fell 1 spot. LA at 7, Calgary at 6, St. Louis at 5, Nashville at 4, Arizona falls from 1 to 3, and then we have our 2 winners. We have Seattle moving from 8 to 2, and Pittsburgh moving from 4 to 1. So we're going to be picking in the 8th spot when we come back in the next episode. And there we go. This is where I'm going to leave it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.